Hey guys, daily recap for May 5th, 2022. Let's take a look at what happened today, what we did, etc., etc. So we came into the day, we were actually looking for, continuation higher if the pivot held. Pivot broke right away to the downside, so we got involved with puts, 415s, 410s, 400s, and all those went up nicely. 415s went up 500%, 410s, a couple 100%, 200%, 400s went up about 100% there, and basically we rolled those down the whole day. We're swinging some of those overnight, but yeah. So mainly FOMC. After the FOMC, it's like an 80% probability that you get a reversal in the actual market from the previous day, and that's exactly what occurred today. We had a pullback into that monthly support retest, and we basically just played to the downside in that regard. We did play some relative strengthenings on the upside, like we were in EPAM today. That was a nice one. On the equity side, we played this one, once this morning, and then we played it again in the afternoon for a couple points. We did bounce Tesla a few times on these little pullbacks into supports when it was extended. We got 10 points here, 10 points there, 15 points here. It does add up, so that was a pretty nice, couple bounce plays there. Did a little bit of Tesla puts at the end of the day there for about 50% on this little yank, and that was not bad. We did some ICPT long this morning. Decent little trade. Basically, short interest was fairly high. Pulled back into the 50 MA, held. We ended up adding into that position there and, getting a nice, decent little push. Shop was one that we played a couple times on the upside. So we played this one long this morning when it did hold the support. And we played it into the 423 level. We also had a roll of calls. We had the 450 calls, which we played for 100% to the upside. That was a decent little trade intraday there. But mainly because it did hold that low when it did pull back into support on the daily there. So, when looking back at that trade, if you get, bad news and decent action after the open on earnings especially, you tend to get decent bounces. So that was good when we did some Netflix puts today. The 180 puts, those worked out okay to the downside and to the end of the day there. We had some SPY calls and Tesla equity long at the end of the day there on a bounce. So we got, decent little movement on that. Other than that, we had some things like TTD. We scalped to the downside. It was pretty decent. Zoom, we had the 100 puts. Those ended up getting in the money. Basically, anything that was high PE tech we're going after on the short side because you're getting that continuation lower. Not everything worked today. There was a few things that didn't. Rye, we had some crowd long that didn't work. Equity, I believe, was a fairly high hit rate, though. Yeah, I think so. Coin worked out nicely on the long side. UNH was one that didn't work. Tesla, we played that many times. We had Costco short for 15 points. Actually, no, UNH, we did get 5 points. My mistake. That worked out fine. So crowd was one that didn't work. Costco, we were short from 535 into the 520s. That was a good trade. Oh, that was the other one. CYM, we tried some CYM long. It was a small stock, didn't end up working. We did some dash short. That worked out nicely. We were in ARGX long for about 4 points to the upside. That was a decent one. Indo was probably my favorite trade on the equity side today. And guys, just to do a quick little recap of this one, curling on the daily, downturn break, EMA support reclaimed, and it did have room towards, the 21 level and above 21 all the way towards $23. And we got a decent little pop on that for 2 points. So happy with that little trade there. Other than that, fairly okay day, a little bit slower afternoon. Basically had to just sit on your hands and wait. Take what you can get. Equity, again, very high hit rate. One trade didn't work out of 10. So not bad. And then on the option side, very mixed. Some things worked great, some things didn't. The things that did work that were great were obviously on the downside. Besides that 450 call on Shop, which was a decent little trade there. Other than that, okay day. We'll see what happens tomorrow. SPY did retest that monthly support. We're going to have a ton of range for Lotto Friday tomorrow, so I expect some fireworks. Maybe get some 1,000% trades. I'm thinking we will just because of the amount of range there. And yeah, guys, feel free to pop in. We do have a free Discord. The link is in the bio. If you guys want to come join us and chat, you can certainly click on that. I do guide the SPY and give free ideas for all day long. I gave Indo for free in the free Discord, so a couple point trade could easily have paid for a few months of trading if you wanted to in one trade. Other than that, though, if you have any questions, reach out, SpartanTrading.com. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one.